Good evening, everybody. I'm Pierre Roberge, the Daily Trader. It is June 2nd, and we are going to take a look at the technical analysis of the Tesla stock. Technical analysis is the art of trying to understand what is happening to stock prices by looking at stock charts. I am not a financial advisor. Please do your own research, make your own decisions. So Tesla closed, let me go back to the daily chart. Tesla closed at 605.12 cents, down 18 bucks 78, down 3%. Post market, we seem to be down even more, 132 at 603.80. Well, to tell you the truth, that's not really a surprise, right? Because yesterday we saw from the hourly chart that we had entered a downward trend, a downtrend, a bear trend. We have entered there because we had broken, and I will go back there soon, we had broken the resistance at 624. Let me be more precise here. Let me give you the exact number. Yeah, 624. 624. I'm using TradingView as my tool. There's a link in the description below where you can save 30 bucks, up to 30 bucks for a TradingView subscription. So yes, we had seen that yesterday, and yeah, let's go back there right now. So on the hourly chart, so yesterday we closed here with this green candle. So we saw yesterday that 624 was a support. Stock was basically bouncing on it, but the stock was making lower highs. So see, we went up to this point, 635, and then we tried to get 2 hours later and we went to 633. Okay, so this seems like it's going down. Yes, we are going down. But then we had this support at 624 that was supporting the price. So the price was stuck between a resistance going down like this, a diagonal resistance, and a horizontal support. Boom, like this. And the stock was obeying this. So it's not until we broke 624 yesterday, during the day at 2:30, that we broke down 624, and then we confirmed it by breaking, well, basically we closed on this candle at 623.95. So we were still down the support. So what happened this morning? Boom, the floor disappeared, and boom, we went down during the first hour, second hour, third hour, and then we had some stabilization from 12:30, and now it's inching back up a little bit. But look at the stochastic is 16. So when we see this little pullback, this is a pullback because the main move was a move down, and the stock always pulls back a little bit. But we are clearly in a local downtrend again. I say again because Tesla has been in a downtrend, in several downtrends recently. If you remember, this is the daily chart. So yeah, so of course the downtrend starting in February, then we had another one March 15th, then we went up to 700 bucks, and then look at this huge downtrend. And now we broke out of it because we closed outside of this resistance that has now turned a potential support. And now we're going down again. So we are in a local downtrend. I adjusted the support that we had yesterday. So yesterday we had the support. I drew the support here. So basically, this is what was happening yesterday. We were bouncing on this support here, but what happened today indicated that no. This is the channel between within which the stock is moving between the support and resistance is bigger than this original channel. So I redrew this here. So this is what the stock is telling me. So see, we have touched this line once, twice, and we have touched it here as a resistance, as a resistance, as a resistance on the wick, and as a resistance on the body. So see, this is what the stock is telling me. So I'm putting lines where the stock is telling me, yes, there's an invisible line that is being respected by the stock. So I just listen to what the stock is telling me. So we know what is happening when a stock is within a channel. Well, it goes back and forth between support and resistance. So see, here we were on support, boom, we touch resistance, and sometimes we hug the resistance or hug the support for a while, but basically there's a bounce between the two. It's not, we cannot tell exactly when it's going to bounce where. I cannot tell you this, but I can tell you that this is the play area of the stock, and the stock will play within that area. So we have hugged this resistance since May 28th to June 1st. We hugged the resistance, and now we went down in support, and we have been bouncing above that a little bit. I'm trying to see if we cannot decipher something else. There's, we can go crazy with lines. It's easy to go crazy with lines and putting lines everywhere. So I try to only use the lines that make the most sense. But just so that you train your eyes, look at this top here. So the top on the last hour is about 605, and look at this here. This is 605 also. So 605 is a small resistance here. It was a small resistance here, and it's also a small resistance here. I'm not saying that it's going to control everything, but it's just a bump in the road. Just like your car, you hit a speed bump, then you are affected by the speed bump. You kind of slow down a bit. So this is what has been happening. The stock has been slowed down by this. So basically, what can happen? The stock might be doing something like this. When will it stop? We don't know. It's going to stop when it breaks this resistance here. So when it breaks this resistance going up, this will signify that something has changed in the market. Maybe there's a news, or maybe there's a perception of some news that has changed and the stock is behaving differently. But basically, this is the current trend the stock is in. Let's go back to the daily chart. So from a daily chart perspective, this is what should be expected. We have this green line as support that we have seen in the hourly chart, and we also have this support that used to be resistance. Remember this? This used to be a resistance that was used for a long time, so this might become support. So the most likely scenario is if the stock continues to go down, it will respect this and not go down like this. It will just follow this along, and the stock can go down to, it's possible that the stock can go back down to 559. It's clearly possible. Is it likely? If I look at the indicators, stochastic is at 40, so going down. MACD has, is still positive, but the two lines are negative. The DMI has grown bigger in terms of the distance between the red line and the green line. So yes, I think the stock can still go down. I would not be surprised. Let me put it this way. I would not be surprised if the stock would be going down, keep going down. Yeah. I think that the most likely scenario is that it's going to respect this support though. It won't go down like this, as I said. It might go down and hug this support. But then I think eventually Tesla will be bouncing back again. So we had a bounce on what is the number? 560. So 560 on March 8th. We had also a bounce on 560 May 13th. So we can very well have a bounce again soon within a week. If not, it means that the stock is stronger. If the stock is stronger, it might bounce above 560 before going back up again. So this is always possible. So we need to check the resistance. We need to check this resistance to see when this downtrend will stop. So let's just keep our eyes peeled and be ready to act if you need to act. It was a good point to sell yesterday was a nice point to sell. If you had been long since somewhere here at 571, and now I don't think there's no sign that you should buy this stock yet, unless you want to buy the absolute bottom. So if you try to buy the bottom, you need to make a guess. Is this the bottom? And sometimes you will be right and sometimes you will be wrong. As I was telling you yesterday, buying the bottom is sometimes hard because you might think that, well, this is the bottom, this is the bottom, this is the bottom, and then it went lower and could have gone even lower. So this is always tricky. So I prefer myself to wait until I see some signs of a change in trend, because so far the short-term trend is bearish. So myself, I like to wait until there's a change in trend, a significant change in trend. And what is hard is that when a stock is in a downtrend, it will do pullbacks and then keep going further. So it's always hard to say, well, is this just a pullback or is this just a change in trend? You know, that's always the difficulty. And this is why we like to use resistance here, resistance like this here. And I'm trying to give you an example of where this was useful. Well, it was useful here, even though it was not a big profit, but it was useful here. We had this resistance here, and when the stock broke it, there was a little bit of profit to be had between, let's say, 615 and 629. So not much profit, but I think that better days will come, because our DMI is telling us the stock is not really ready to turn bullish yet. So this was basically a pullback, a longer pullback than necessary, but it was just a pullback of a downtrend. So let's just stay ready and look at the stock every single day. So this is why I suggest that you subscribe, so that we are checking the Tesla stock every single day. If you subscribe, you will see this video in your feed, and I also do a Palantir video also every single day. So thank you for watching, thank you for liking, thank you for commenting, thank you for Discording and Patreoning. I spoke way too much, so I'm going to cut this short. So I wish you a great evening. We are going to talk tomorrow, and I'm going to tell you à la prochaine.